Newcastle United, a club etched in sporting history. The likes of Sir Bobby Robson, Alan Shearer, the heroes, the 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗑, the noise of this mecca here. Fantastic club. The men have been thriving and the women also as well. The Newcastle women's team flying through the divisions with lots of hope. What about the North East's other women? Take another sport, boxing. 2-weight world champion Savannah Marshall. And look what she's doing. She's taking a move into the world of MMA. A fascinating one, a transition to the PFL. One day, maybe she'll light up St James's Park. That'll be something, wouldn't it? Sav, it's fantastic to see you. And let's have a little wander around the city, which hopefully you're going to shine in. So Savannah, growing up in the Northeast and getting into boxing, what were you, 11, 12 at the time? And
yeah, 11 I was.
What made you do it?
Goodness knows, when I look back and I think there was never no real big influence, never watched boxing, no one in my family had ever boxed.
No heroes, no inspirations?
No one. I was sporty, liked football, netball,
yeah.
And it was basically just through friends. A few friends, neighbours used to box and I'd went along with them and that was the start. Pure, what would you say?
All boys at the 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘 Club?
All boys. It was 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗡𝗏 Headland Boys Club.
Yeah.
Boys Club, yeah.
Only woman, only girl. How was that? Was that tough at times?
It was really hard.
Yeah.
Really hard. The coaches didn't want me there. The boys didn't want me there. It was hard. I was basically, even the coach now says that he didn't want me there. He was extra hard on me, hoping that I'd leave and I'd never come back. But after a couple of months, couple of years, I was the first one there, last one to leave.
Stubborn, competitive, even then, wanting to succeed. Did you think that you would then become an amateur boxer and go on to fight in serious competition?
Never. Even when I was 26, just coming out with GB, never thought I wanted to be a professional boxer. Something I never thought about. It was only when I was presented with an opportunity I thought, you know what, yeah, I would like to give that a go. Maybe that's my next step.
And in the amateurs, the success, obviously winning the Worlds and becoming our first female boxer to do that, something you could only have dreamt of as a youngster.
But even then, I just enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I loved training, I love how it made me feel, and I loved winning. And then before I knew it, I was 16, 17 boxing for England. The next thing I was going to Europeans, Wales, qualifying for Olympic Games.
Yep.
And before you know it, it's 20 years has gone like that.
You're out in China, you're beating Clarissa Shields, you're winning a gold medal, your favourite for the London 2012 Games. It's pinch me stuff, isn't it, at that point?
It is, it really is. But I think you only appreciate it like when you look back. At the time it was, oh wow, I'm going to the Olympics. Now I think back and think, wow, Paris is coming up, and I'm starting to remember how I felt packing my bag, getting on my Olympic kit, on the plane going there. It's only now I can appreciate actually what I've done.
Here we are, the Utilita Arena. I think it's had a few other names in the past. The big one though, we've had Ricky Hatton, I think, has fought here, 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗑, maybe even Nigel Benn, AJ.
Yeah, they have, yeah.
Had a prize fighter. You've had a couple of big ones here
3.
as well. What's it like, the atmosphere inside?
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
10,000 people screaming, the atmosphere is just, even really when I went to the O2, there's just something different about being at home.
As a fighter, and having your fans, and it's the 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗑 again, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
It's the Northeast.
It
love
is.
sport, get behind their own. Lewis Ritson, April Hunter, loads. They just love it, don't they?
They do, and I still show gratitude to Lewis Ritson because he brought boxing and big night back to the Northeast. And I remember the first time I boxed, he was on his undercard. And then I'd sign with Boxer, and Boxer gave me the opportunity to headline. So I headlined there, then I headlined again for a second time, and that set me up with a big fight with 𝗟𝗏𝗧 at the O2.
I mean, as a commentator, sort of being at ringside and feeling the buzz, but actually as a competitor, as a fighter coming in and sort of hearing your name and magical stuff. And 𝗟𝗏𝗧 there with her 2 or 3 hangers on.
2 or 3 fans, yeah. No, it's brilliant. And like I said, I remember sat watching Lewis, and when he beat Robbie Davies, the arena just lit up.
It was great now, wasn't it?
It was, and I remember thinking, I want a slice of that. Lewis brought it back, and then I kind of jumped on the back of that, and then it rolled into something special, and I'm back
now,
here
June
again.
the 8th.
Yeah, I'm back again headlining, but in a total different sport.
And different fans. Who knows?
Different fans, yeah, exactly.
But let's hope it's the same sort of atmosphere, if not better, because of the intrigue in the story.
One thing I've noticed about MMA fans, doors open at 4, 5:30 it's packed, till doors close at 11. That is the difference.
They stay.
They stay all night from the first fight till the end.
It's going to be great.
It is, it really is.
So Sav, you're unsure about turning professional, and then a call comes in from a certain Floyd Mayweather. You can't make this up.
No, exactly. It was just after 2016, heartbreak of another Olympic Games, just missing out on a medal, and thought I've had enough of this. I don't enjoy boxing anymore, and I thought I think I'm ready to turn it in. And then, like you said there, got offered a contract by Floyd Mayweather, the money team.
Do you think it was real?
I remember thinking at the time, oh my God, Lamborghinis, cash, Rolexes, living in Vegas, wow. No, I thought, God, I'm set for life.
I remember the debut on the Mayweather-McGregor card. Of course, you fought early on, and then you were, I remember, backstage, sort of celebrating, but then not staying for the main event, which was a bit strange. So was it a bit odd, the whole Vegas experience? A bit different?
It was my first taste of professional boxing, the business side. And I learned very early on how savage it is. Like you said there, just box. I hadn't even took my hand wraps off.
I remember them cutting their pass.
So a security guard come in and said, have you got a ticket? I was like, oh no, I've just boxed. He was like, well, you need a ticket if you're going to stay and watch. I was like, well, I haven't got a ticket. I was like, well, you're going to have to leave.
But I'm part of the show.
Yeah. No, it's just that doesn't go in Vegas, apparently.
So you stayed there a few months and then came back, and then it was Mick and Peter Fury, obviously, who was the big change, I guess.
Yeah.
Became like a father figure, I guess, a mentor, a tutor, everything. He's guided you, hasn't he?
Yeah, he has, and not many people know, but Peter actually trained me for my debut before I went to Vegas. So he's always been there throughout my whole pro career. And to be honest, I've got so much trust in Peter. Even after the 𝗟𝗏𝗧 fight, I remember people saying, oh, you've got to leave him, you've got to have a change, it never worked out for you, the game plan was wrong. And I remember thinking, well, he's only human. Anyone gets it wrong, the teams get it wrong all the time. And I thought, what he's done for me, I'd never want to turn me back on him. I wouldn't want, I haven't got the time for years and years of trust, of building friendships, that sort of thing, to go with another coach. And I don't think I'll ever, the rest of my boxing career, go with anyone else.
You've had a wonderful career, winning the WBO middleweight title against Hannah Rankin, of course, and having the defences, some here in Newcastle, the defeat to 𝗟𝗏𝗧, the win then for the super middleweight title, 2-weight champion, then the switch. And not many boxers go into mixed martial arts. Plenty go the other way, but you're one of a few, very few, right?
Yeah.
Is it just because you're crazy or competitive, or you've got the 𝗟𝗏𝗧 Shield thing? It's a bit of everything, maybe?
It is a bit of everything, and funny enough, I was at a show, an MMA show, about 18 months ago, and an MMA fighter come up to me, shook my hand and said, oh, look, fair play, because you get many MMA fighters going to the boxing world, but very rarely you get boxers coming to the MMA world, and I can see why. I can see why.
Let's go under the bridge and have a sit down, and we can talk a little bit more about that difficult move into MMA. good to be here. Back in the northeast. It's been a while. You had a couple of fights here, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
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 It was all right, wasn't it?
3.
That's all right.
3 I've had here.
3, yeah. And the 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗘, and then Manchester, and then now we're back.
Now I'm back, yeah. Full circle.
So, back in Newcastle, the northeast, huge night, June the 8th. Really excited you must be, both about getting back into competitive sport and here. The pressure of headlining in a new sport. I mean, you love a challenge, don't you?
I know, but I haven't, maybe it'll change fight week, but for me this is all a bonus. I never in a million years did I ever want to step into the world of MMA. It just so happens I am, so this is just one off the bucket list that was never meant to be there. Added extra.
Everything as an amateur, everything as a professional boxer. MMA or Claressa Shields or both? Why? Why are you doing it?
Put it this way, if the PFL would have come to me and said, have you ever thought about doing MMA? Would you like to enter our league? See how you get on? No, not interested. Have you ever thought about MMA? Would you like to fight Claressa in a cage? Oh yeah. Oh, that's a different narrative. Yeah, go on then. So it's obviously Claressa, isn't it?
Has it always been that rivalry, the fact that you were the one that beat her in the World Championships, and then she got one back at you at the 𝗘𝗨𝗥𝗢𝗣𝗑? Is that sort of, it's not settled yet, is it?
I wanted the rematch straight away. Boxing politics got involved, and it just hasn't happened for whatever reason. And yeah, I want to get that win back. I want to fight her again. It's not over for me.
Do you like her?
I don't mind her.
You're so different.
That's probably the best word. We're very different. I think she's actually really funny without knowing it. That's what I'm saying. I don't think she knows how funny she is. I don't mind her. I've spoken to her quite a few times after our fight, whether or not that's the guards come down. Now she's got that win back. I'm not so much a threat anymore, but yeah, we're not really, I wouldn't say we're busies.
We're here, it's bustling, Newcastle, busy. I remember when she came here, I mean, I think it was a rude awakening, wasn't it?
It was. I've invited her to come this time.
Is she going to take you up on it?
Hopefully. She said she'll come.
Good. That's what we want, isn't it?
Exactly. I said, because I was at her last fight in Saudi, so I said, you've got to come to Newcastle now and watch my debut and rip me to shreds.
Yep.
Like I've done you. She was like, I'll be there.
What did you think of her out there?
Honestly, now I've been training a couple of months and I realise how hard it is. Fair play to her. Fair play. Months and months prior, when I started watching her fight, or when I seen her debut, when I'd never even been in the cage myself, God, what a load of rubbish. She's horrific. Now I know how hard it is. Hats off to her, fair play, because it is tough.
So you're looking back and thinking, oh, this is just nonsense, I can't do this, she can't do it.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm doing it, I'm like, I can see how you can't get up off your back. I can see where you're struggling there.
Is it very, very hard?
It's very different. Very different. And I was under the illusion that I'd walk into this, and I don't think I realised how much of a change I needed. I think I've been a boxer for over 20 years. I think I've had 14 professional fights, 14 camps, but I train solid all year. I don't have a camp, have a couple of months off. I'm in the gym all year. And just to be given this change, I think it's really what I thought. I wasn't aware of what I needed. And for the first time since I was about 16, I'm a novice. I'm in the beginners classes. I'm getting absolutely manhandled by people half my size. I'm getting choked, I'm tapping like that, and it's, you know what, it's refreshing. It's really refreshing.
June the 8th, Mirella Vargas. I watched her and she knocked someone out in about 12 seconds, I think.
She did, yeah. She did.
I mean, are you confident? Are you happy that you can go in and destroy her like you have so many other in professional boxing, your knockout power, the silent assassin, that's what you were known for.
I think the thing is with this, 10-ounce gloves is one thing, but 4-ounce gloves, like you seen off her knockout, she only clipped the girl on the top of the temple and that was it, she was gone. So no one's safe.
And she followed up all right as well.
Yeah, she didn't half. So, but look, it's exciting. There's a threat there. So it's not like I've been, going back to that, I've been told many times off MMA fighters, there's no such thing as a journeyman or a journeywoman in MMA. Everyone's good at something because there's so many different disciplines.
And she's a good kickboxer, right?
She is, she's a kickboxer, so...
How's your kickboxing?
Not as good as hers.
It's very different, isn't it? Because an amateur boxer and then a professional boxer, you've not done things like that.
Never.
I know some have come from kickboxing backgrounds, like Lauren Price did, and there's many others, we know the '𝗘𝗥𝗦𝗍s did, and certain others, but you haven't. You've always been that natural boxer.
Yeah, hands. Never used my feet. Even the grappling. Mind you, I enjoy the grappling the most. I really enjoy the grappling, the BJJ, and I think that'll be something when I do walk away and retire, something that I'd like to carry on.
Really?
As a hobby, but I don't think I'd ever be able to have a hobby. I think I'd just take everything too seriously.
What was it like the first time you did that? The first week of grappling? Go on.
Well, you realise that you can be like that, and you can tap someone. It's all technique. It's positioning, that sort of thing.
Are we going to see that on June the 8th?
I'd love, honestly, I've trained that hard, and I'd love, if the opportunity was there, I'd love to be able to show people what I've learned. I don't really want to, boxing's boxing. I don't really want to stand up there for 5 threes and just use my hands. I'd like to mix it up a little bit.
Absolutely, that's what we want to see, isn't it?
Yeah.
June the 8th, what are we going to see from Savannah Marshall?
Oh, who knows? Who knows? It's all new. I mean, I've even been saying to Andy, well, what do we do fight week? Because for me, you get there, you'll have a shakeout, you lit the pads. This is different. Are we going to have a roll? Are we going to do this? Even walk into the cage in flip-flops. Like, for someone who's never done that before, it's quite, these are the little things that MMA fighters would probably never think of, but it's so new for me. It's like, oh, imagine, look, I have to get myself a new pair of flip-flops for the walk.
How many times you've walked to a ring and now it's to a smart cage for the first time in your life.
Exactly.
Mad.
Yeah, it is. Even when you're putting your gloves on to box, you know when them gloves come on, that's it. Someone's got to take your top off. Someone's got to, if you need to go to the toilet, someone's got to come with you. And the fingers are open. Do you know what? I'm still able to do what? I can go to the toilet on my own this time.
It's mad, isn't it?
It is.
Message for Clarissa as you step into the smart cage.
Hopefully she's ringside and she's impressed by my new skills.
Do you think you'll meet her in the smart cage, in the ring,
so.
or both? We don't know.
I'd like to get that rematch, whether it'll be cage or ring. At the minute, I think it's probably more likely in the cage, but boxing's boxing and anything can happen. You know yourself, the phone can ring and you've got to fight in 2-3 months' time. So as long as I get that rematch, no matter where it is, yeah.
And now you've got 𝗟𝗏 Vargas. That's the first thing. You've got to get through this.
I have.
Prediction?
I have.
Or you don't know?
What did Mike Tyson say? Everyone's got a planet that'll get hit in the face, but mine's with a 4-ounce glove. Everyone's got a planet that'll get hit in the face with a 4-ounce glove. So
a few knockouts with the bigger gloves, so
yeah.
This could be pretty impressive and pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's exciting. That's what it is. It's exciting. It's a whole new narrative. I'm not massive on the MMA. I'm new, so I'm still learning who's exciting, who's the prospect. I mean, the talk about fighters in the gym, I think, I don't have a clue who that is. But a couple of people have said, God, that's a good show. Oh wow, there's a couple of good fights on there. So obviously there's a buzz and people are talking about it, which is great. You're
headlining and they're all pretty good at it.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, even if the main event doesn't live up to the hype, the rest of it will.
Savannah, good luck.
Thank you very much.
Can't wait.